It is by design. This is the craziest weekend ever. And you guys might be thinking, Fastidious, shut your frickin' mouth, you little cringe lord. Stop calling every weekend the craziest weekend ever. It is. It is. How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the calm before the storm. We got some stormy seas over here with Reeve. This is going to be the craziest weekend we've ever had in Watcher of Realms, for better or for worse. The worse we'll talk about at the end, the better we can talk about now. We're getting some of the best banners we've ever seen. You could definitely argue that this Hex and Zilitu banner is the best banner we've ever seen. We're getting the return of the Reeve. He's coming with a 15x 250 summoned limited banner, guaranteed hero, blah, 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 blah. We've got the Treasures in the Deep event making a comeback. This, to this day, is still my favorite event we've ever had in Watcher of Realms, and they have added 2 new stages. It used to go up to stage 6, now it goes up to stage 8. That's going to be a lot of fun. A crazy shop along with it. And Mr. Valderon has arrived. He's going to be only available not through a 10x. He'll be in the hero pool, so that's really exciting. We'll get to that very shortly. But he'll only be available to get with a good chance if you're top 3 in the world ultimate leaderboard for summoning. So that's a whole other issue. Let's get into it, guys.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Alrighty, guys, a lot to get through, so we're just going to go straight into it piece by piece, very methodical. I'll give most of my thoughts towards the end. Let's start off, we're already here, with the new heroes coming. So, getting added to the hero pool, the normal hero pool will be Esme. She is an epic marksman. She does poison damage, and she has got a bounce attack, so similar to the bounces that happen from Hot Sit on her basic attack, you're going to get that with Esme, and a ton of poison. Before the nerf that is now impending, TBD if it's actually going to happen or how it will manifest on global, but before that nerf where poison was actually scaling off the enemy's max HP, Esme would have been someone a lot of people were looking forward to getting. She would have been the best poison hero in the game, better than a legendary poisoner like Aracha, right? Because Aracha has these crazy conditions when it comes to placing her poison. In a lot of content, it's actually impossible. Like Guild Boss, she cannot place poison. Esme can always place her poison because it is an interaction between her talent and her basic attacks, other pieces in her kit, right? She definitely was shaping up to be the best poisoner. I guess technically she still will be now, but the actual best poisoner will be Liam, who has neurotoxin. Go check out my other videos on that if you're curious. For the other epic, joining the pool of ancient exclusive heroes, he's an epic, it is going to be Jorge. So Jorge is going to be a lot like Vargas, where he's just like a normal epic, but he's only available from ancient summons. That is my understanding at least. It is possible, I guess he could be made available through normal summons, but I haven't heard any word of that. Forerunner people, you can let me know in the comments if that is indeed the case. He's going to join our ever-growing list of defenders who deal damage based off of defense. Pretty interesting stuff. But what's cool with him, besides the fact that his name's Jorge, and I honestly love that, is he's going to have a new form of kind of continuous damage around him. It's called Plague. They're calling it infectious AoE damage. He has like a plague damage over time thing that's around him. Pretty cool. I've heard good things from 400 people. I have not tested him out yet myself. I am excited to. And then the big ticket item, we've got Valderon. So the good news, if you guys remember when Soul Cadence first arrived in the game, he did not join the hero pool. That did not happen. He was made available as a top 3 reward for the ultimate leaderboard. Those 3 people got him, and then Soul Cadence did not join the hero pool for about 6 weeks, and that was really sleazy and gross. Yuck. This, at least, is somewhere in between. Valderon will immediately join the hero pool. He is listed here in the new hero info. That's how we always know they're joining with that weekend's banners. He's already in the game file. That is huge. However, he's not getting a 10x, but that isn't always the case with your ancient exclusive lords when they're added. Praetus, Soul Cadence, Demi, Cyrus. Some of these guys never have gotten 10x's, and then in the case of Demi and Cyrus, it took a little while. So it's nice that he's already getting added into the pool, so people will have an opportunity to pull for him. I think, and I guess I'll get into this more deeply at the end, I probably will pull till I hit my Ancient Lord this weekend because I am close to pity, and I'll just hope it's him because at least there's not a rate up on someone else. That's going to be it for the new heroes. Let's get into the actual events. So I think better let's just do the event preview over here. We've got a time-limited summoning event and all features and all banners this weekend, and I think this will be the case for all things moving forward. We'll have to see, as we get more weekends under our belt. the drop rate boost is going from 10x to 15x. Keep in mind, for a lot of heroes, it wasn't always 10x. It was like 10x off of what the average rate would have been, but obviously they do not have an even distribution of rates in this game, so sometimes it manifested as less than 10x, sometimes as more. A lot of times with the most desirable rare heroes, it was more than a 10x. So we'll have to see if it's actually going to be 1.5 times what it was then. So like, for example, we just had Hot Sit, and she came in at like a little over 18%. Does this jump up to 27% now? Will that be a similar thing? When Hex ran on the Hex and Pharisee banner, he was at about 17 or 18%. Is he going to be at 26 or 27% now? We don't have that information yet, or at least I don't. I'm going to take their word for it. I think anecdotally we'll get some findings, and by next week I should have hard numbers that we can figure this out on. But at the very least, they're saying it's going to happen, and that does feel like good news. And what I do like, it's happening on all the banners we're getting this weekend that do have a rate up. So this Reeve banner right here, this is going to be just like all the limited banners we've had so far. So those being Reeve Part 1, Falsia, Gwendolyn, Lust, and now Reeve Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Pretty cool stuff. The way it's going to work, if you have yet to pull Reeve by your 250th summon on his specific banner, you're guaranteed that that summon number 250 will be him. If you get him before that, there is no longer a guarantee. It just becomes a normal 15x banner for Reeve. On top of that, though, you might not want to stay on that banner. You want to get your Reeve copy. If you have the flexibility to do it, get the Reeve copy, but then move right along because the next banner is ridiculous. So I believe this is the 5th time in this game. I was chatting with Destin about this. I believe this is the 5th time in this game we're having a 2x by rate up. We used to say 2x by 10x. However, because of the increase to 15x, look at that. It's kind of hard to see with the yellow on gold combination there, but it's now a 2x by 15x. So what does that mean? If you're new to the game or new to gacha, you might not understand, so I'm going to very quickly break it down. The 2x, it refers to your chance to pull a legendary. Normally it's 0.5% on a normal banner. Now it's going to be 1%. So you're twice as likely to pull a legendary hero. The 15x then refers to once it has been determined, once you've rolled that RNG that you're hitting a legendary hero, the 15x is then a rate up applied to these 3 heroes here that they are 15 times more likely to be pulled than normal. So we've got Hex, Razaak, and Zilitu. So I will tell you guys, this is not going to manifest for sure as like a 27 or 28% chance to get Hex, Zilitu, and Razaak. That's impossible because if you multiply those by 3, you're already getting up towards 90%. There's only such a slim chance that can go around to the other heroes. What it's going to be is it's going to be adjusted since there's a 3rd legendary on this banner. Usually there are 2 legendaries on a banner. Now we're getting 3. This is typical of the 2x by 10x, and now I guess 2x by 15x. So it'll probably look like, I'd say, between a 20 and 23% chance to get each one of these, but hey, a lot more likely than normal and more likely in the past than a 10x. And on top of that, you're getting the higher chance in general to pull a legendary hero. This is a contender for best banner ever. It definitely is, and it definitely helps make this the craziest weekend ever. Now for quite the banner. This is coming on April the 1st. You can see 24-4-1. I'm convinced this is April Fool's. They know a lot about their game. It's become really apparent to us with the things they choose to nerf and buff. Well, never really buff, but the things they choose to nerf, they know what's working and what's not. They know with the rates we find internally which heroes are good, which heroes are bad. Nyx, I like her, but she's definitely not special. I do like using her. I think she's the best left side Gear Aid 3 unit for endgame in the game. But Apsan, no, I mean, he's bad. Like he's not good. He can be usable when you're really in a pinch, but he's completely outclassed by so many heroes. There's no world they would run this banner in conjunction with this banner and this banner unless it was a joke. So I'm thinking there's going to be, it's actually 30x on these guys or something. Maybe that's funny. Maybe it's a 4x. I don't know. It's going to be something silly like that, or the banner just doesn't happen and they go April Fools. I mean, it is literally April the 1st. This is a really silly banner. I will say we have the new Pelagios Poseidon boss, the Trident guy, coming for Codex. I'll have a video about that tomorrow, and these guys both will probably be pretty good there. Nyx will be amazing for that boss. That being said, there's no way they're running a banner with Apsan on it on April 1st, and it's not a joke. There's no way. It's April Fool's. Moving on. Still adds to the craziness of the weekend, though. We are getting now pay-to-win stuff. You can buy this skin. It's going to be a time-limited bundle. My guess is it's going to be like a $30 pack like we saw with Fierna. We're where you can get the skin, maybe you get 10 blue shards, 2 gold shards, and some diamonds. It probably will be a nice deal for you spenders out there, and it's a badass skin. Call it what it is. This looks so cool. I won't be able to get it, but that's really nice. And then we're getting our treasures in the deep event. So like I said, the way this went before, this was the first event that we ever had on Global and Launcher of Realms, at least when I was playing. So maybe they snuck one in like 2 weeks before I started playing, but I'm almost certain this is the first event ever that had like a proper map, you know, with special design stages. And these stages are so much more interesting than some of the stages we got soon after. We've had some more interesting stuff lately with like the Praetus boss, things like that. But this was pretty special at the time because it was novel, but even in hindsight, because like these were well thought out, interesting maps. So what I'll say is, before it went Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 4, Stage 5, Stage 6, now they have added 7 and 8. So instead of going up here, it then turns 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty cool. I'm hoping 7 and especially 8 are like super hard, selfishly. But I do anticipate, me personally, I'll be able to clear the map very well. But it's going to have great rewards, and it's paired with a great shop. This looks like not a direct rerun, but definitely a really nice revised version of what the first Treasures in the Deep thing looked like. We get the exclusive avatar, which if you don't know is the avatar I always wear. I'm a little chuffed because this was kind of like a badge of honor saying I'm an OG because I was there for the first event, but I'm happy. It's a cool avatar, and now a lot of people will get it. But on top of that, there's some other amazing stuff in the shop. So if we go back to the event's preview, you can see you can get a Bastion ring, which we have Tank Codex coming up on the next rotation. So that's going to be huge for a lot of people that don't have 6 of them, because you really do need 6 of them. If you're going to get Reeve, you can get his exclusive artifact. I think everyone should just go for this. I mean, buy it, right? It's really hard to get exclusives. Sure, it could drop, but I guess if you think you'll never pull on a Reeve banner, then don't. But if there's any chance, you might as well scoop this up now. So this is new, and the chat bubble is new, but all the other stuff, the avatar, the Bastion ring, and the summons and the crystals, those we had, and then the ancient summoning crystals, that's new too. So it's gonna be shards. My guess is you'll get 30 shards. You'll probably do 5 purchases of 6 or 6 purchases of 5. It's gonna be 1 ancient shard, but it's a lot better than nothing, right? It certainly is. I will say the original shop ran that you could buy Osiren. Seems like they've learned that no one in their right gosh darn mind is ever going to buy Osiren, so they're running it back with some new stuff. It should be a really juiced up shop, and with 8 stages, you're going to earn tons of currency. So I'm thinking we'll be able to buy out the shop or nearly buy out the shop. Now, 2 more faction bundles. These are what they call the hero pacts, not pact, but it's a pack where you buy the pact, and then you're guaranteed a hero from a certain legendary group. So what's that going to be? 2 of the factions we have not seen yet. So it's all the normal heroes from the Esoteria order. Why do I say normal? I mean not including ancient exclusives or limiteds, right? So when we think ancient exclusives, not included in this will be Kata or Dasami. Those will not be available. Of course, Cyrus will not be available, but then you've got your normal Lord Venoma, and then Boreas, Comet, Elwyn, Trusk might not be in it because he's new. We'll have to see. I'll look into that actually. But Ezrin, those kind of guys. So that's really good. People that are looking for your legendary healers for your faction trials, that's huge. But obviously some of the very, very, very best heroes in the game. We've got Venoma, 2 of the absolute best AoE damage dealing, magic damage dealers, mages. We've got Comet and Boreas. Elwyn, top 5 hero in the game, and just ridiculous for everything. Only getting better. Like I said, she's evergreen, no pun intended. As they add more stuff, it's only getting better. And then we've got Nightmare. So again, there's only 1 Lord, so this is the 1 Lord you can get. Torador is there. There's no Ancient exclusive Lord. You won't be able to get Ancient exclusives like, let me think, Lugaru won't be available, right? But you can get some of the best heroes in the game. Valeria, Arrogance, Hotsit, Salazar. Salazar's popping up on a lot of top 100 teams in the world for Guild Boss once again with the new Lust meta kind of stuff going on. Very, very cool packs. Super pay to win. I'm almost certain they'll both be $50. I will not be going for them. But people like them that spend, so spend away. Ka-ching, ka-ching. I don't like this, but I don't hate it. And if it's going to make the game money and it's not really interfering with our gameplay, I can stomach it. This is a nice way to make money. Nerfing heroes and making people angry, not a nice way to do it. So that covers the vast majority of our bases, except for one kind of huge thing. Is this a good thing? Is this a good thing? Is this a good thing? So what am I kind of talking about? We're completely saturated this weekend. Every moment, let me pull up the event calendar. Every moment has stuff going on, like with crazy summoning. And it feels like an enormous FOMO grab or FOMO exploit. People are going to be, I mean, I've read the comments already. People are flooding. My comment section is inundated with people being like, this doesn't feel fair. I don't know if I agree with them. I think it is, this is what it is. You sign up for a gacha game. They want to make you feel FOMO and miss out. But I am wondering if they're overplaying their hand. And I'm going to say, yes, I kind of think they are. This is very much like what they did on Christmas. But that's Christmas. This is Easter. Easter's a cool holiday, but it's not some crazy, everyone's getting a bonus and this and that, and we're expecting a huge kind of money grab exploit thing. This is crazy. We're getting an ancient summoning thing that is in conjunction with an ultimate leaderboard thing where you can get Valderon. A lot of people have been waiting on ancients, and a lot of people have got the itch and probably can't wait much longer. That's a reason to pull. We're getting arguably the best banner ever with the 2 top guild boss heroes in the game, save for like maybe Soul Cadens or something. But for damage dealers, look at any team. It's going to be Hex and Zilitu. It's a 2x by 15x. That is outrageous. And then people have been drooling and frothing and foaming and just rabid at the mouth, just completely rabid, waiting for Reeve to come back. I'm one of those people, and he has returned. This feels like a big, it's going to make people feel bad, and I really wonder if they have some kind of, I don't know what the role would be on the team at the company, someone internally being like, hey, buddy, are we overdoing a little bit? Is this, like, going to make people, like, freak out because they can't pull on all this stuff, and then they can't afford it, and then they resent the game because they feel like they're missing out? I don't know if that's a valid feeling per se, but it kind of is, and without a doubt, it's the way people are going to feel, and they should know that. I mean, let's go to the world rankings here, and let's go just to any team. Look at that, number 1 Zilitu. Ooh, the Silas is spicy, but then Hex right there. We can go right down the list, any list, right? Again, Hex Zilitu, ahead of Silas now. Just right down the list. These are the best damage dealers in the game. Hex doesn't have... Oh, Zilitu is way down there. That's because he uses Soul Cadens, and Soul Cadens drains the abilities out of Zilitu. But look at that. I mean, it's on every team. It's on every team. Every team, right? Hex and... doesn't even run an Infernal Comp. So anyone that runs an Infernal Comp. Here we go. This would be Soul Cadens draining, but again, Zilitu and Hex at number 1. Can we find a little Twin Fiend traditional comp? Let's go now. Zilitu and Hex. You see the pattern. This is people love Guild Boss. People love good heroes. These are 2 of the very best on a 15x by 2x. Combine that with Reeve, the most anticipated hero for a long time for a lot of people. Combine that with Valderon's coming, and then sandwiching it all with, and I should point this out, they're doing this Frenzy whatever event, which is only a plus for normal players. Let me find it. Festive Frenzy. Once you've cleared campaign stage 3-1, you're into the pool, and it's everyone combined. How many summons can everyone do? And you get rewards. That's nice. It's free rewards, but this is them very much showing we know people are going to pull like crazy this weekend. It is by design. This is the craziest weekend ever. And you guys might be thinking, Fastidious, shut your frickin' mouth, you little cringe lord. Stop calling every weekend the craziest weekend ever. It is. It is. I'm just saying what it is. Like, I wish there were less craziest weekends ever. I wish we had months building up to craziest weekends ever. But, lust and arrogance, Silas and Virna, that happened what? I'm looking at 1 month and 12 days ago from filming this, and 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks after that, we had Artemis and Hotsit. That was pretty crazy, and now we're getting this. It is a lot of craziest ever and potentially biggest cash grabbiest banners ever, and I do think it's something to point out, and devs, I'm acutely aware that they're watching my videos all the time now, so I will say, people will get burned out and be filled with resentment if they keep feeling like they keep having opportunities to get things, but they cannot participate because they did not feel prepared, or they don't have the money, and then they don't get what they want, or they do splurge on the money and then RNG happens. So RNG gonna RNG, and they don't get what they want, and then rinse and repeat. I'm concerned. I am. That being said, gonna be a hell of a weekend. We're gonna have a crazy pulls party. I'm gonna be pulling everything I've got. With my ancients, I will tell you right now, so I said I'd get to this at the end. I'm about between 35 and 45 away from Ancient Lord Pity. If you don't know, on Ancient Summonings at 200, instead of being a Legendary Pity, it's a Legendary Lord Pity. And with equal rates, with Valderon joining the pool, once I can actively see that he is in the pool, I think it's worth it. I'll still have about 60 left over. I'll show you guys right now. I'm at 101. And then I'll keep saving everything for Yovar. That's my big plan. I only have 2 Legendary Lords, so I kind of could use all the help I can get. That's my plan, and then all these diamonds will no longer exist, because I'm going to go till I get Reeve. I might do a little pity manipulation if I see that lining up well, and then everything's going on Hex and Zilitu. I'm very lucky. I've got A1 Hex and A2 Zilitu. I really want that A3 Zilitu, extra 10 seconds on the ult. A2 Hex would just, I mean, these are my 2 top damage dealers as well, guys. There's a theme here. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. And I will say, guys, this is a nice moment. If this is like really upsetting you, this genre probably isn't for you. You know, they happen to have stumbled upon a great gameplay here, and the game is super fun, and I love the game for that. But at the end of the day, this is a casino, right? Like, we are ripping on the slots. You are going to have RNG. You are going to be disappointed all the time if you expect good things to happen. You can get lucky, and eventually they will happen. But if every time you're like, I didn't get Trusk on his banner, and then I didn't get Artemis on his banner, or Hatsit on that banner, and then I didn't get Virna, if you look at it that way, every time the odds were that you wouldn't get them, right? And that the odds are stacked against you. The house always wins, right? So go into it with a smile. You know, save up as much as you have. Maybe take this weekend off if you don't want to have FOMO for the next weekend and you want to be prepared. I don't know. I won't be taking it off, but I totally understand why anyone would feel like they have to. A lot of people are probably drained from the past few weeks because, like I said, we've had a lot of craziest banners and we've got a new craziest weekend right here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, let me know with a like. You can let me know anything in the comments and I don't know, share it with your mother. Bye.
Fastidious.